Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me.
The casuals don't see the weight difference. They see Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. Yeah. And if Gervonta Davis doesn't fuck Jake Paul, they're gonna think Jake Paul is some pound-for-pound champion type of fighter.
Jake too big for Tank, you know? In reality, he's way too big for Tank.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis just erupted after hearing Floyd Mayweather predict an early knockout victory for Jake Paul. The tension between Tank and his former mentor has been simmering for years, but this latest comment from Mayweather seems to have pushed him over the edge. According to insiders, Davis felt completely disrespected by Floyd's public praise of Jake Paul, a YouTuber turned boxer who's been angling for legitimacy in the sport. What started as a casual prediction quickly spiraled into a full-blown feud, with Davis firing off heated responses online and calling out Floyd for selling out the sport for clout.
Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck him. If everybody had a clue, I mean, with him.
Same question for you. You're a proud father.
From the moment this fight was announced, the physical mismatch has dominated the discourse. Veteran champion Terrence Crawford left little doubt about his view when he said bluntly that Jake is too big for Tank. He elaborated that while Davis is very talented, can punch hard, and is explosive, the sheer size of Paul changes the dynamic in fundamental ways. He went so far as to warn that if Jake lands one good punch on Tank, it's over with.
I wanted to get your take on the Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. They just announced the fight. What's your instant reaction to that?
I don't have no reaction, you know? I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder, you know? If it's scripted, then it's going to be good for the fans to watch.
What do you mean by scripted? Like rigged?
Yeah, like scripted. Like,
but none of those guys want a fucking L, right?
I think it's not a real fight. I think it's because it can't be a real fight because they ain't in the same weight. So it'd be more like an exhibition.
I think it is an exhibition, but do you think they're like, but not one person saying like, yo, I'm going to fucking throw the match. You think?
I don't think.
Or you never know?
Yeah, I think they're going to go in there and spar. I don't think it's going to be you trying to kill me or I'm trying to kill you. You know, I think it's, let's go in here and make this money.
Former MMA champion Daniel Cormier echoed this sentiment from a combat sports perspective. On his channel, Cormier repeatedly questioned the fairness of pairing Davis with Paul, citing the dramatic weight difference. He said, "The problem is that Jake is much bigger. It's hard to look at this fight and think it's fair." In his view, boxing's traditional framework, where fighters compete within their weight class to ensure roughly even physical dimensions, has been sidestepped here. That leads to the possibility that the better boxer could still lose because the physical disadvantage is too steep.
Boxing gets ridiculous. Gervonta Davis is fighting Jake Paul. Yesterday they had their first press conference. One of the most recognizable things is Jake Paul is huge compared to Gervonta Davis. And two, Gervonta Davis don't even know what weight they fighting, D.
Maximum weight of 195 pounds for this exhibition. 190. The fight will be contested over 10 3-minute rounds.
I said it was 190.
The fight is 195 pounds, Tank, as you know.
Adding to the perception of the mismatch, Cormier and others repeatedly pointed to the enormous weight gap. As one report noted, Davis last competed around 136 pounds, whereas Paul, in recent bouts, has weighed nearly 200 pounds. Cormier said, Jake Paul has been able to carve out and make his own lane in boxing. But how can you take those sanctioning organizations seriously when they are sanctioning this mismatch? That framing further supports the idea of the size advantage not just being advantageous, but borderline overwhelming.
Yo, so Jake Paul is fighting Gervonta Davis. I'm serious. It's real. 199 in Paul's last fight, 133.8 for Davis in his last fight. I discussed that and so much more at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific at my YouTube channel. The link will be in my bio. But hey, I thought he was going to fight Anthony Joshua. How do you end up from Anthony Joshua to Tank Davis? I discuss.
Gervonta Davis recently addressed the backlash he's faced by pointing to a recurring pattern, stating that when someone is in the spotlight too long, people want someone else to take their place. That's what happened with Floyd Mayweather. People saw him too much, and once they saw him too much, they started hating him. He emphasized that the same dynamic he witnessed with Mayweather is unfolding with his own career, as public scrutiny has shifted from admiration to criticism.
Gervonta, a lot of boxing fans aren't happy with the fact you've taken this fight rather than the road rematch, fights with the likes of Shakur, Devin Haney, Teofimo, etc. What do you make of that reaction? And can we still expect to see those fights?
Why should I care what they think? When y'all switch somebody can have a bad day and y'all switching on who y'all favorite fighter is or who this person is supposed to fight. Like y'all need to sit back and be fans and just enjoy the sport. Like y'all even talk about people's personal lives. Like why when it come to that?
Can we still expect to see any of those fights in the future though?
And y'all keep talking about fighting somebody. Didn't he just have a fight? And what happened? What happened? He won, right? But how you look in it? Exactly. But y'all say some different shit when it's me, right? Cause y'all want me to lose. When y'all see people in that limelight too long, they want to take that they want somebody else to come take that spot. That's why it's always like, come on, bro. That's what happened with Floyd. Y'all seen him too much, and once y'all seen him so much, y'all start hating on it. Like it turned from love to hate.
Davis has revealed in multiple interviews that his dream fight would be against his former mentor, Floyd Mayweather, not out of animosity, but to prove how far he's come since leaving Mayweather Promotions. Davis said that facing Floyd would symbolize a test of legacy and pride. This confession adds a deeper layer to his clash with Jake Paul, as many see the Paul fight as Tank's chance to step out of Floyd's shadow and establish himself as boxing's biggest star. Just as Floyd once dominated the spotlight and faced growing public resentment, Tank now feels the same weight of expectation and believes defeating Jake Paul could mark the beginning of his own Mayweather moment.
What's your dream fight card?
Dream fight card?
Anybody.
So there's a couple fights on there. Me versus Floyd.
Okay. Okay. All right. We'll leave it at that.
A new deal, 7-fight deal, which is music to the ears of many boxing fans. Get to see you in action for several more years. What type of names are we talking about on those 7 names?
Whoever you name, they could be in it.
If I name some fighters, can you say yes or no?
Yep.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yep.
Ryan Garcia.
Yep.
Devin Haney.
Yep.
Isaac Cruz.
Yeah, but there's 2 people I already beat already, but yeah.
Errol Spence.
Outside the ring.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. Yeah. September. November.
Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah.
Out of all of those guys, who do you think is the most difficult opponent for you?
Floyd Mayweather.
Davis has boldly claimed that his skills surpass those of Floyd Mayweather, the very man who once mentored him. Tank believes his combination of power, timing, and ring IQ makes him a more complete fighter than Floyd was at his age. He's often said that while Mayweather was a defensive genius, he brings both defense and explosive offense, a balance Floyd rarely showcased.
Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like, nobody. I feel like my skills is way better than, like, Floyd. Like, if I'm on my game. I take that back. Probably hand in hand. But skill-wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody.
Floyd Mayweather, one of the most successful and recognized boxers of all time, took Gervonta Davis under his wing when Davis was still a teenager. Mayweather saw potential in Davis and aimed to mold him into a world champion. Their relationship was initially characterized by mutual respect and admiration. Mayweather often spoke highly of Davis's abilities, and Davis, in turn, expressed gratitude for Mayweather's guidance and support.
Floyd, let me ask you something about the business of all this. I asked you why you wanted to promote Tank when you first saw him, Gervonta Davis. Why do you think he's been able to connect with a crowd? Because he draws real crowds when he fights. That's hard to do in boxing. He gets announced at Ravens games, and he gets a big ovation, right? And now he's already fighting on pay-per-view. What is it about Tank that is connected commercially with an audience?
His aura, people like him. That mean streak he got, he got a boyish look. I mean, he's very marketable. As far as when you look at him, he's marketable. But when the bell rings, he's a killer, and that's what people want to see. That's no different from when I was fighting at super featherweight. When I was fighting at junior lightweight, the boyish look. But when I get in there, I wreck shop.
Their relationship went beyond contracts. It was rooted in mentorship and mutual respect. Davis often credited Floyd not just with elite boxing strategies, but also with instilling the confidence and discipline that helped shape him into a champion poised for lasting greatness.
I was like, okay, I'm ready now. So they came pick me up. Then he took me to the dealership. He let me test drive this, and he also let me test drive a Charger. The Charger was too fast, and he was like, everybody at the gym have them.
That's true, they do.
Yeah, he was like, we want to get you something different. So.
Well, you're from Baltimore. You need a Jeep on the streets of Baltimore.
Yeah.
I've watched the news.
Yeah.
What did they say back home when everybody saw the story that Floyd Mayweather bought you a very expensive car?
Not only that he bought me an expensive car, he took me in.
Took you interest in you and your career, yeah?
Yeah, as a fighter, also as Floyd old enough to be my son, so I wouldn't say a big brother. So he, like a father figure and stuff like that. He took me in, and he been treating me good since I knew him. He been not only in the boxing, like working with me on boxing. He showed me like the business side and all that type stuff, and he showed me a lot, and I appreciate him and I love him forever for that.
In 2024, Davis solidified his reputation as one of boxing's most electrifying talents. His standout performance came on June 15th, when he faced Frank Martin at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. After a challenging start, Davis delivered a decisive 8th-round knockout, showcasing his signature left uppercut followed by a straight left hand, which left Martin unable to continue. This victory marked his 28th knockout in 30 fights, reinforcing his status as a formidable force in the lightweight division.
A fantastic fighter, okay? So first and foremost, Tank is now 30-0 with 28 knockouts. It's like a 93% knockout ratio, which is crazy. I believe it's the highest knockout percentage of any current world champion, I believe. I would imagine Inoue is close to that, but pretty impressive anyway. He's 29 years old. He's a southpaw. He's 5'5"-ish, 5'5.5" maybe, height-wise, and he has a good reach of 67.5 inches. He's got an extensive amateur background with a great record.
However, as Davis's career began to flourish, cracks in their relationship started to appear. Tensions escalated due to a combination of personal and professional disagreements. Davis felt that Mayweather was too controlling and not allowing him enough autonomy in making decisions about his career. On the other hand, Mayweather believed that Davis was not showing the proper respect and loyalty, considering the opportunities and support he had provided.
I remember first hearing an issue between Floyd and Gervonta before Gervonta fought Pedraza. And the issue I heard was that Floyd didn't want Gervonta to stay in Baltimore because he felt there was too many distractions for him in Baltimore, and he wanted to stay in Vegas. And the story I was told at that time was that Floyd gave Gervonta one of his penthouses or one of his apartments in the Palms Hotel, and he said, "This is your apartment. I'll furnish it for you." He got him a Jeep. At the time, Gervonta was not a world champion. He got him like a Jeep, a 4x4. He basically said, "I'll make it comfortable for you. I don't want you to go to Baltimore. I want you to stay here. I don't think Baltimore is the place for you, And what I was told was Gervonta sold all the furniture, sold the Jeep, and went back to Baltimore and bought a Benz. That's what I was. Real? That's what I was told at the time. So
set you off that you was like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love and hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Like when Floyd was 29, You'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, that's
that
the
deal,
a part of
that's
the
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing it
This is
on
exclusive.
this.
That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Tank, no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see. It's gonna come out.
Shane Mosley has also explained the ongoing situation between Floyd and Tank in a recent interview. Shane compared Floyd and Davis's situation with his and his son's, and said that Floyd took away Davis's chance to shine by staying by his side all the time.
How you feel about Floyd and Tank beefing online?
I seen a little bit. Yeah, you know, I like both guys, so it's like I know Gervonta has his issues with Floyd, and you know Floyd has a big ego where he wants to be the man on top, and Gervonta trying to get on top, but it seemed like he has to get from under Floyd because Floyd's a big man. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of hard. It's kind of it kind of reminds me of me and my son. Like I kind of like got myself away and let him do his own thing and let him have his own glory, his own his own glory, his own life. You know what I'm saying? So me being there all the time will shadow over all this stuff. Sometimes, not intentionally. I'm not doing it intentionally. I'm not trying to be like I don't care about him. I want him to be the best. But me being too close to him all the time takes away a little bit of his shadow, a little bit of his shine. So I need to be. I'm still going to tell him everything he needs to know. I'll get in the ring with him, spar with him, do all kind of stuff. But he has his own coach. He has his own manager. He has his own team. He has his own family. He has his own, his own stuff.
The situation worsened with public statements and social media exchanges. Davis started to voice his frustrations openly, accusing Mayweather of trying to overshadow him. He claimed that Mayweather's involvement was more about boosting his own legacy rather than genuinely supporting Davis. Mayweather, known for his outspoken nature, did not hold back either. He criticized Davis's attitude and work ethic, emphasizing that Davis needed to show more gratitude and respect. However, fellow boxer Ryan Garcia recently escalated the controversy by asserting that the real reason behind the fallout is very personal. According to Garcia, Davis allegedly had a relationship with Mayweather's daughter, Yaya, which significantly strained the relationship between the two boxers. This allegation has further complicated the already tense situation, introducing a personal element that extends beyond professional disagreements. If true, this relationship could explain the deep animosity between Mayweather and Davis, making their potential fight even more emotionally charged.
Gervonta.
I mean,
That's dirty.
I already knew about all that though. Once Gervonta Floyd Mayweather's daughter, and that's not even a secret. That's not even like that's not something I'm exposing.
Oh wow, that's
After somebody did that to my daughter, it's
Right,
like,
I thought you and Shakur had the deal that you were gonna fight after the Haiti fight, and he said you were gonna lose.
y'all not even gonna like try to respond to that, but you guys are some pussies.
Nah, that's crazy. That's a fight right there. It's facts. Back to you.
That's a fight, bro. That's a fight for sure.
Ryan, are you coming to the fight in July in Dallas with Mike Tyson?
Yeah, he's coming.
Of course.
Okay.
You're out
That's
here.
good.
Gervonta Davis is gay.
Allegedly.
His
Yo.
says it all. No, but that's okay if all right, say Gervonta, right? Because I've heard stories of Gervonta. Some girl told me that she put her fingers in his. That's fine. Hey, wait. Oh.
What are you talking about? Allegedly.
Allegedly. At the end of the day, bro. Do I have messages to prove it? Yes. But will I do
I
it?
will say Gervonta is a very pretty name for a man. I'll say that. Back to you.
No, his new name is Abdul Wahid.
Garcia didn't mince his words when it came to the upcoming matchup between Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul. He called the bout a disgrace to boxing, pointing out that the massive size and weight discrepancy between the fighters made the contest look more like a spectacle than a sport. Garcia argued that the public is being misled by the narrative of Paul fighting a bona fide champion, when in fact Davis would be stepping far outside his natural weight class. He bluntly stated that boxing is turning into emphasizing that fights like these prioritize entertainment and revenue over competitive integrity.
Bro, that's a fucking disgrace of a fight.
Yeah.
You know it. Just like the Mike Tyson, low-key was a disgrace, but we accepted it. But
Yeah.
he was 60 years old. I mean, the casuals don't see the weight difference. They see Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis.
Yeah.
And if Gervonta Davis doesn't f Jake Paul, they're gonna think Jake Paul is some pound-for-pound champion type of fighter.
Yeah.
Gervonta Davis, he's actually really small. Like, when I fought him, like, he's small.
Yeah.
So I just think it's a very unfair fight.
Do you agree with Tank saying his skills are better than Floyd's? Or is he underestimating what Jake brings to the ring? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.